the move. Okay, so there's this place, and it's for lease. It's available. It's right on the corner of Harvard and Glendale Boulevard in Glendale. And it used to be the Honda dealership. And it's one of these excuse me, it's one of these old world buildings. Old world. You guys know what I'm talking about. Old world buildings. It's brick. It's got the rounded sort of like dome on top windows. It's got this like peaked steeple kind of roll-up door thing. It's got beautiful tiles. It's a special building. And it used to be a garage. It used to be the showroom floor of the Honda. I think it was Honda's. Some car was sold there. Fucking Acura, I don't know. And I look at it. Every time I see it, I'm like, I want a studio in that building so bad. I want people to roll right through the arch in the brick and park in the back and come in through the, like the open interior office doors. And I want, oh my God, please, really? So, this dude, okay, so this guy wearing a mask, hoofing it down the street all by himself. But it's not even like, the mask is hanging off his face. It's like underneath his nose and kind of like in between his lip. Like his lips. Like, it's not even it's like, what the fuck is going on here? You're all by yourself. You're outside. You're walking. There's no one around for blocks. You're wearing a mask. Just fucking stupid as it is. And then unless you love CO2, unless you hate oxygen. Oh, air. Tell me about it. Fucking air. What a bummer air is. We gotta wear masks. Oh, you hate air too? Fucking wear a mask, bro. Oh, God. It makes air so gross. And then you start to smell your breath. It's amazing. Air. Who would have thought air could be so grody? Gotta get an N95. If you hate air, dude, buckle up a mask. Anyway, it's like, okay, I'll respect some fool that, thinks it's important to wear a mask outside when you're all by yourself. If he wears it properly, this dipshit's fucking wearing it halfway down his face. It wasn't even a real mask. It wasn't even like, it couldn't even tie it in the back. It looked like he took scissors to one of those N95 masks and just took a flap of that fucking blue shit. Like the surgical blue crap that wraps around people's face. My favorite is the ones that go around your ears, but you have a beard. I think there should be a Portland band, and everybody in the band wears flannels and has giant beards and wears masks. And maybe some spectacles, like some horn-rimmed, like thick, juicy, black horn-rimmed spectacles. And then just shaves their head. Shave your head, giant beard. And just, you tilt a big pint of, like a dark porter, and then just go to work on your bass or your guitar, your drums, whatever. Just fucking blah, blah, blah. And it's a real plucky, kind of heavy band. Just jeans, big old flannels, beards, and fucking masks. I think they'd be huge. I think they should just call themselves themselves Mask. And maybe one of their first tunes is Mask Up. Just throwing it out there, because I have a lot of friends that are up in Portland, and I like getting suggestions for bands. I think it's fun, you know. Sometimes you need somebody from an outside city looking in, just going, dudes, come on, take advantage of this fucking... There's a market they're ignoring. All right, once again, total waste of your ear space, and I didn't really cover anything. A lot of non sequiturs on the move. So, okay, I got this stop motion puppet. I made it, I don't know, like a while ago, and it's sort of unfinished. You know what it was? I took some wire and I've just made a cool little armature, lightweight, whatever, with some kind of cotton around it, and I just started like ripping Beanie Babies apart and then making what turned out to be look like a mascot. Look like one of these sports mascots, like the oversized head, but it looks like a human being with just like this big cardboard bucket on his head, like, hey kids. And because the face doesn't really do anything, it just looks like this vapid, dead, unmoving mass of shapes, which to me is fucking awesome. I'm just like, oh god, that looks creepy. It's got like Michael Myers mask, like that's iconic. That's really creepy. And then he's got this kind of sci-fi shoulder, kind of a Joan Crawford shoulder, but a little bit more 50s sci-fi. He's got these like little lapelettes or whatever you call them. And then, but it needs something to bring it together. And then I wrote this piece about the world disintegrating. And the idea is that I would scroll the background and just run them in place. And I would do the old Ladislav Starevich thing where he's on a flying rig, but you hide it right behind him, and it's a springy flying rig, so you get a lot of in-camera blur. You know, you have a good half-second exposure. It doesn't have to be crazy, and you kind of touch him, and when he's in midair, you just let him go boing, oing, 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 and snap the photo, just so it has a little motion blur to him. And he's just loping, you know, he's like up and down, but he's running slow enough that when he glances over at the camera, and the camera's locked off, but you make the camera look like it's moving by scrolling this background. And the background's just these geometric shapes of cut construction paper. You know, it's like a pink box and just whatever. Just have fun with a pair of scissors and some Mod Podge, you know what I mean? Just don't go crazy, just make some shit. And that stuff's all scrolling by on a cyc. And immediately I thought of like a pink cyc. Because all the colors of this thing are like oranges and fiery fuchsias and weird purples, and because it's all Beanie Baby colors. And So I was just like, whatever, like, like it could be anything. It could be like a burgundy psych, whatever. But it's just a big piece of construction paper with a little grad on it. And he's loping along. And the narrator goes, dude, slow down. And it's kind of like you, the audience, is running next to this guy. Like you're trying to catch up to him. And anyway, it's a little involved, but I really liked the idea. And then I put this puppet in it was one of those little Chinese to go fucking plastic containers. It's like, oh, do you want that to go? Sure. And then you keep it and you wash it out like it's an actual like quality piece of Tupperware, but it's really just a black piece of plastic with a. So I stuck him in that, and he's been sitting on my dresser for fucking like 4 years or something. And I have so many puppets like that. I have a beautiful half-made puppet, Bomb. And it's got a Jim Randall armature, fucking gorgeous. And I was gonna do needle felting on him, and then I was gonna do a fabric thing, and then I was gonna do this, and then I was gonna do that, and Melissa Picar held on to him for a little while, and she made some outfits for him, but I took him back because I was like, he needs to be like more handmade looking and crazier, and she really didn't have a whole lot of time. What she made was rad, but I was just like impulsively wanted to change my mind, I was like, no, the original idea was that he was more like kind of a rubber hose Muppet. Anyway, these projects stack up. These unfinished fucking projects. I'm sure you all have a few of these things lingering around.